You are welcome to our channel. Don't forget to like, to share, and also to subscribe. In the news, Fubara must be reinstated before June 12th. Joining APC is secondary, says INC President Egele. Port Harcourt, Nigeria, as political tension continues to escalate in Rivers State, the president of the Ijaw National Congress has voiced strong confidence in President Bola Tinubu's ability to restore stability by reinstating Governor Siminalayi Fubara ahead of Nigeria's Democracy Day on June 12. Speaking during an interview with Channels Television, the INC president addressed the ongoing political unrest and the controversy surrounding the declaration of a state of emergency in the state. He expressed optimism that President Tinubu will act decisively and lawfully to resolve the crisis, asserting that the return of Governor Fubara to office is central to restoring normalcy. When questioned about Governor Fubara's rumored defection to the All Progressive Congress (APC), the Ijaw National Council or Congress leader ANC emphasized that the sequence of events, whether Fubara joins the APC before or after the lifting of the emergency, was not of primary concern. What matters is that he is restated before June 12. He stated, confirming the INC's expectation that Fubara will be back in office by Democracy Day. He dismissed the notion that President Tinubu needed urging, stating, "The president knows what to do. We are confident he will do the right thing for the good of the country." The INC president also highlighted growing discontent over the emergency declaration, revealing that some political figures have expressed dissatisfaction with the move. He further alleged that coordinated efforts are being made to tarnish Governor Fubara's image, portraying him as disloyal and incapable in a bid to undermine his leadership. Despite the political turmoil, the INC leader urged President Tinubu to rise above personal and partisan interests, insisting that national unity and development must take precedence. The president has a duty to all Nigerians. We trust he will prioritize peace, governance, and the rule of law in Rivers State, he concluded. With Democracy Day fast approaching, all eyes are on Aso Rock as expectations build for a resolution to the crisis in the oil-rich state. Well, the Rivers people are already gloating and looking forward to the day that their so-called son of the soil governor, Sim Fubara, will be restored. I'm just imagining what's going to happen on that day by, to the simplified movement. Those are the supporters of Similalaye Fubara. And then one of those people in the state is the president of Ijaw National Congress that has come up to say their belief and their hope is that by June 12th, on Democracy Day, the president will reinstate the governor even to his office again. Well, we don't know. I think that's his own opinion. But if peradventure there are some undertones, there are some working behind the curtains, and then maybe the situation has gone to a point that the information just slipped off and they believe it might happen. But what is, a big concern for people of Rivers State is for it to happen. And with Democracy Day that is fast approaching, every eye seems to be on Aso Rock, as said by the man, the president of Ijaw National Congress, that expectations are high as everybody, are looking at Aso Rock and they are build for a resolution to the crisis in the oil-rich state. We want to believe that as days go by, the crisis in River State continues to douse, the tension continues to go down, the political turmoil continues to ease, and the belief of the John National Youth Congress leader is that President Tinubu is, capable enough to rise to the occasion, and irrespective of what some people are trying to say, because he made mention of the fact that there are some set of people that are still trying to paint Governor Fubara in bad light. They want to desell him even before President Tinubu, trying to, malign and tarnish his image portraying him as disloyal and incapable in a bid to undermine his leadership. But the belief of the John National Congress leader, president, is that President Tinubu will be able to rise above personal and partisan interests, that is going to insist that national unity and development must take precedence, which we want to believe is what the president will do. In his own word, he said the president has a duty to all Nigerians, and that's the truth by the reason of the constitution. So he said we trust that the president will prioritize peace, governance, and the rule of law in real state. That's the reality, and that is what is expected of the president, irrespective of the political association or affiliation, whatever. The president must first of all take Nigeria first. Later, when it is time for politics or politicking, then he can become a politician. Well, as a president is a president over all political parties, all Nigerians, all government institutions, parastatals, and even private sectors. So I believe by the reason of what is going on is that he will want peace in Rivers State. And I think that is what moved him to declare a state of emergency anyway, because not only for Rivers State, but Nigeria as a whole. We remember that one of the pipeline was, broken by the Ijoy youth, and then by the reason of their promise that they are going to do that if Fubara is impeached, and the president quickly switched into action to nip it in the bud and declare state of emergency and push away all the democratic institutions, and so that he can have a better, economy. He will not be affected at the end of the day. So be it as it may, the John National Congress president is of the belief that since that is what the president is looking for, and he is a Democrat, he will be able to restore democracy in soonest time. Not too long. His belief is that by the Democracy Day, which is June 12th, the governor of Rivers State will be reinstated. Of course, we want democratic institution to come back, because it's very difficult for people to really, really, seems to stay with the state of emergency of a thing, because first of all, the administrator is not from within that state, and it's difficult to approach, in quote. Now when I say difficult, because he's not son of the soil, they might not be able to say certain things, because the man is not answerable to anybody except for the president. And we also know that it will be difficult to begin to pick a fight with the sole administrator. He knows no one. He is there representing the president, and he has come to do his job. So they should keep focusing on how the president will restore their own candidate or their own son, and then let the whole thing, continue in Rivers State as usual. Keep coming to our channel to listen and hear the updates on the situation in Rivers State. Remember to subscribe, make sure you like, and please don't forget to share.